All right, what is up, LinkedIn family? Good morning. Update on the payment processing situation. There's not an update there. That's done. By the way, thank you to all of you. So many of you reached out with like introductions and ideas and people to follow and people to contact and things that I can do to update the payment processing nightmare that's happening with my website. Long term, I don't fully know what the future holds in terms of where my tools, where my resources will be hosted, where they'll be housed, where I'll be accepting payments, etc. Short term, and this might be my long term because it might actually work out really well. I spent yesterday all day, like the whole day yesterday, I spent migrating pretty much everything I do on basementbrewedff.com, my website, over to my Patreon account. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's kind of a channel for creators to share with an audience. So I have a shop over there where people can order my draft guide and my heat maps, but I also have an ongoing monthly subscription option for people where they can join our Discord server, our community. You can get the heat maps on a monthly basis now, which is cool. That's not something I previously had access to, so that's at least a little bit of an upgrade, if you will. So, at any rate, if you are planning on joining Basement Brewed Fantasy Football in 2024, thank you. I can't emphasize enough how much I appreciate your support right now. It feels like my world is on fire. It feels like Santa Claus got his reindeer taken away on December 20th. It definitely feels like my entire world is on fire. So thank you so much for your support in any capacity that you've showed support. Thank you. If you're planning on joining Basement Brewed Fantasy Football for the 2024 season, we're still going after it, baby. We're still getting trophies. We're getting championships. That's what we're going for this year. The only difference is instead of basementbrewedff.com, you have to come over to Basement Brewed Fantasy Football's Patreon page. Now, there's 3 main ways that I can help you outsmart your friends and dominate your fantasy football leagues in 2024. Number 1, and this is no particular order, by the way, but the first that comes to mind is my 2024 Fantasy Football Draft Guide. There's rankings for tough decisions, tiers for planning ahead. There's player notes and player analysis for 250 plus players. There's even stoplight suggestions that help you identify the right time to draft the player that you're targeting. That's $14.99, and it's available in the shop on Patreon. But there's also my weekly heat maps, which are the tool that started this entire business after they went viral on Reddit about 2 years ago. Now, the heat maps offer contextual analysis for every single player in every single game to help you conquer what feel like impossible start-sit decisions every single week. Those are available, on a standalone basis in the shop on Patreon for $59.99. You can get the entire season for $59.99. Or B, there is a monthly subscription option that gives you access to the heat maps as well as Basement Brewed Fantasy Football's Discord server, which leads me to my final thing. My third thing is Basement Brewed Fantasy Football's Discord server. Now, the Discord server is an online community, or sometimes I like to call it an army of 175 and counting other fantasy football players that are helping each other conquer difficult decisions, dominate their leagues. It's also where I spend 100% of my time during the football season, and frankly, all year round. It's where I'm hanging out 24/7, 365. When I'm in the basement researching fantasy football and I find those golden nuggets that help people win their leagues, Discord is where I report those. Not a blog on my website, not on the podcast. Discord is where I report those findings in real time. So if you want to come hang out with me this fantasy football season, if you want to hang out with my army of 175 plus other fantasy football players, that is over on Patreon, and it's a monthly subscription, $4.99 a month. Or, of course, if you want access to one-on-one access to me, where you can ask me anything basically about your leagues and I can help you with your leagues on a one-on-one basis, you can join the Ask Me Anything tier, which is $9.99 per month. So lots and lots and lots and lots of different ways that I can help you outsmart your friends, dominate your leagues, take down DFS contests, cash in on NFL bets. And the cool thing is, all of that is now officially over on Patreon. So if you need help finding the Patreon, if you want more details, if you want more information, if you have any questions, send me a direct message or comment BBFF in the comments below, and I will get in touch with you. Just bear with me, as there's a lot of messages that I'm responding to right now as I go through this fun little transition at the worst possible time. But things are looking up. We're going to figure this thing out. So anyway, that's all I got 6 minutes into this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reading. And thank you for your support at a time where I definitely needed it the most. It felt and feels like my hair is on fire, my world is on fire, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there.